Welcome back to A to Z here on Locked On Sports Atlanta, free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Wrapping things up here on this Thursday. We've got some information to get to here concerning the Atlanta Braves, who are back at a first place play and a half game, thanks to doubleheaders. Nonetheless, before we get to the Braves, let's hand out a shovel of wisdom.
Brace yourselves, because it's time for the shovel of wisdom.
You know how we do it every day. Set somebody straight for saying and doing something stupid, whack them right upside the head with a shovel. You can hand out a shovel of wisdom as well on my Twitter account at Mark Zinno, MarkZinno. And today my shovel goes to Doug Gottlieb. You guys know Doug Gottlieb. For the record, I think Doug Gottlieb is an excellent radio host. And I also think that he made a bad mistake in getting involved in the Freddie Freeman, Casey Close, debacle that happened with Freeman's agent and then coming back to the Braves and everything else. This is, remember when Gottlieb tweeted that Casey Close didn't bring the final offer of the Braves to Freddie Freeman. Well, Casey Close and the agency that he works for, Excel Sports Management, sued Gottlieb for libel. That case came to an end when he apologized in a statement. Excel Sports Management said in a statement, said, from the onset, we were clear Mr. Gottlieb's tweet was wholly inaccurate, and that we would seek legal remedies to set the record straight. He has retracted his statement in its entirety, acknowledged that he got the story wrong. We consider the matter closed. Gottlieb also issued a statement and tried to at least clarify where he got the information from. Part of the statement says, quote, while I always strive to report accurate information, I prematurely reported on these events and simply got it wrong. Upon further vetting of my sources, a review of the lawsuit filed against me in this matter, and a direct conversation with Casey himself, I've learned that the conduct I allege did not occur, and that there's no credible basis for stating that it did. Okay. I mean, he apologized to Casey. Look, Doug Gottlieb did all the right things, but man, in this crazy desire world to be first instead of be right, you swing and miss like that, man, it is a black eye on you for a long time. Now, you could argue that Doug Gottlieb has suffered a string of black eyes throughout his career, and he survived them all. Good for him. Again, I think the world of Doug Gottlieb. I've met him a couple of times. I think he's a nice guy. I have nothing against him. I wish him well and continued success. And like I said, I think he's one of the better radio hosts in the country. That said, this is a gaffe, man. This is bad. If you're going to get involved in stuff like this, you better have it right. You better have it right, and he did not. All right, speaking of having things right. And so Strider, once again, proves why he is a guy who should be getting the ball in Game 2 of the Major League Baseball playoffs. And yesterday's start might have been better than his 16 strikeout performance from a start ago. You know, when you have your best stuff, you're mowing guys down, you make it look easy. It sort of is. It's when you don't have your best stuff and you have to fight through starts, that's when you really prove who you are. Like, this was told me a long time ago about baseball. You know, a pitcher is going to make 30 starts in a year. That's about average, right, on a five-man rotation. Make about 30 or 32 starts a year if you stay healthy the entire year. You're going to have 5 starts where you're completely unhittable. You're going to have 5 starts where you're complete mush and you're just getting banged around. The other 20 starts in between decide the difference between Cy Young and down to the minors. It's that simple. How do you battle in those starts where you don't have your best stuff and you're not utterly dominant the way you are when you strike out 16 guys? Well, Spencer Strider proved that last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. And of course, you guys know I've been on the Strider bandwagon for a while now, and I have had my fair share of detractors who have told me that I'm being crazy, that he shouldn't be in front of Wright, who was a, quote, 20-game winner at some point this year. Shouldn't be in front of Morton because he doesn't have the experience. Blah, 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 blah. What he did yesterday was exactly what the stuff that Cy Young Award winners do. Spencer Strider had a rough start. He walked 3 guys in the first inning, gave up a double, gave up 2 runs. And I got the text immediately from a colleague of mine in the business. You watching this? And I didn't even, it took me a second when he said, you watching this, to think about what else I thought. I played a day game today. And then I immediately remembered Strider was starting. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. I didn't respond. I waited. I'm going to go back. I think I waited like 4 or 5 hours. No, it was more than that. It was over an hour. Yeah, he texted me at like 4:04, and then I texted him at 5:22. And when he said, "You watching this?" I responded back. I said, "Yeah, 5 innings, 1 hit, 8 Ks. I'm watching you. Much better than your quote 20-game winner from last night." He wasn't happy with me. He told me I couldn't wait over an hour to bleeping respond, but he couldn't throw a strike in the first inning. No, and Strider even said it last night after the game. Quote, "I think this is probably the start I'm going to be most proud of so far." Yeah, it damn was. You regrouped, you shut everybody down, you struck out 9, you threw 6 innings, got a quality start, and then your team won the game. Hello. Hello. At one point, he retired 15 in a row. That is what you need in the playoffs. The ability to resettle yourself, calm down, focus, and get guys out. Because guess what? You're going to struggle against guys in the postseason. At times, it's going to happen. They're going to have your number. They're going to be able to hit you, even though I don't think Strider's hittable at this point. That said, this was one of the most impressive outings that this young man has had all year long. Took him 37 pitches to get to the first inning. Took him 67 to get over the next 5 scoreless. That is the stuff that playoff starters are made of. Again, I said last time, I'll say it again. I don't know what more convincing you need about Spencer Strider. What possibly more evidence could you need that he is the guy that gets the ball in game 2? I don't want to hear about 20-game wins. I don't want to hear about experience. The guy has got the stuff. He's the second best pitcher on the staff with the best stuff on the staff. And even at that, he might have the best stuff in Major League Baseball right now. That's how good he is. And for those of you old enough to remember, this is Doc Gooden in 1984 reincarnated. Go back and look at the numbers. Go back and watch the YouTube clips if you don't know about that level of dominance, but that's what this is. That's what this is. And the guy deserves to get the ball in game 2. There's no debate on it anymore, and there shouldn't be. What he did yesterday was the stuff that Cy Young Award winners do on a routine basis, and that is the difference between him and Morton, and him and Wright. Good pitchers, tough pitchers, not Cy Young level. He never will be. Strider is. That'll do it for us today here on A to Z. Back tomorrow, recapping. Oh, by the way, before we get out of here, only bet for tonight, Thursday Night Football. Take the Rams in a teaser, plus 8.5. Bills are way too public. I think that's the right side, but it's way too public for me to back, so I'm not going to do it. Put the Rams in a teaser with somebody else, whether it's the Vikings, whether it's if you want to tease the Bengals down to a half a point, or even the Ravens, tease them down to a 1-point favorite against the Jets. So that's the play for tonight. Back tomorrow. You guys have a great Thursday. Don't take any crap from anybody. See you.